This is how to sow and grow a Christmas tree. Now, every year in the UK, we buy roughly 8 million trees. And of those 8 million, around 7 million of them end up in landfill every year. Now, wouldn't it be fantastic if instead of sending these trees to landfill every year, we had our own pet tree that we kept in a pot and we brought it in every year and reused it? Also, don't forget that Christmas trees are edible. Are you going to sit down to a plate full of needles? Not so much. But we do have a number of recipes on our website which shows you how to use the needles to flavour different foods. Now, Christmas trees are actually pretty easy to grow from seed. The first and most important thing to remember is that this is a cool climate tree. It comes from really cold conditions, and usually the seeds would have to go through a really harsh winter before they germinated in spring. And so you have to simulate these conditions in your home in order to break the dormancy of the seed. Otherwise, when you sow them, you're less likely to get germination. So the first thing you need to do is take your seeds and put them in the freezer for a whole month. After a month, take your seeds out of the freezer and it's time to sow them. We're going to sow them straight away because you don't want them to warm back up and go dormant again. Now, I'm sowing my seeds in pots of peat-free multi-purpose compost. You don't need a specialist seed compost for that. And if you want more information on how to choose the compost that you're starting seeds in, we have a video for that. Just fill your pot with compost to around 1 centimetre below the rim of the pot and then give it a really good tap. We're doing that to get rid of any air pockets that might be in the soil. You don't want to press it down because otherwise the soil can become too compacted for the little tiny roots of the newly emerged seedling to move through. Then take your seeds, and as you can see, they're really big seeds and therefore easy to manipulate. Just take one seed and press it lightly into the surface of the soil. We don't need to bury this seed very deeply. And then take some compost and just cover it. Give the seed a really good water and don't forget to label it. It's all too easy to forget what seedlings you've just planted. Now, these don't need any extra heat or light in order to germinate, so just putting them in an unheated greenhouse or polytunnel will be fine. And because they're cold hardy, you can start these seeds at any time of year. Now, it takes about 3 to 6 weeks for these to germinate. Trees take longer to germinate than what we're used to with vegetable plants, so you have to be a little bit patient. And when they do emerge, they're going to look very different from what you're seeing with your seedlings. They're going to emerge like a kind of spiky hand like this. And you can see from this seedling, the branches just start to emerge when it's got to about 20 centimetres tall. And then it's just a case of potting it on each time it outgrows its pot. And you can end up with quite a large tree still growing in a pot, which allows you to bring it in for Christmas and then put it outside to grow for the rest of the year. And remember, these are very hardy, so it's going to be absolutely fine outside without extra protection. And each spring, you'll notice on the tips of the branches, bright green new foliage appearing, and that is the best part to eat. So, have a go at growing your own Christmas tree. Very easy to do from seed and hugely rewarding for many, many years.